The WRC is back. Ahead is a year of the most demanding, the most unpredictable, and the most breathtaking motorsport action on the planet. And if you needed further proof that the WRC is something different, the 2010 season makes a spectacular start in the snow of Rally Sweden. It may be cold here, temperatures dipping to around -20 at times, but we've got a sizzling lineup. Six-time World Drivers' Champion Sebastian Loeb in the Citroën C4 is again the man to beat. Topping the list of challengers are the Ford Focuses of Mikko Hirvonen and Jari-Matti Latvala. 2003 Drivers' Champion Petter Solberg will be going for honours in the privately entered Citroën, while two-time World Champion Marcus Gronholm is having one of his occasional WRC outings. He's won this rally 5 times, and all the above are WRC victors on snow, so it will be a brave man who picks a winner here. They're the best rally drivers around, but they will be battling for the headlines with Kimi Räikkönen. The man who won the 2007 Formula One drivers' title for Ferrari will be competing on 12 of the 13 events this season for the Citroën Junior team.
For sure it's going to be a big challenge, but it will be also good fun. I think this rally is definitely going to be very difficult for us. In the winter, for me at least, it's more tricky anyhow, and the stages looks very difficult, so we'll see how it goes.
We'll be hearing more from Kimi later in the programme. He may not be ready to challenge for WRC honours yet, but could this be the season when his fellow Finn Hirvonen rises to the top, having missed out on the driver's title by just 1 point last year?
I've gone through all the rallies last year quite carefully, and you know, there's so many things I could have done differently just to get those 2 points. So yeah, I've been pretty careful of analyzing last year, so that will definitely help this year. Sometimes I need to be a bit more brave making decisions of tire setup, tires or car setup, or then tactics. So just have to say this is what we're going to do, and that's it. Not think about it for next day, because then it's going to be too late.
But Loeb will be determined to make it a remarkable 7th straight title.
I try to improve since a few years, so now it starts to be difficult. But we'll have to be consistent and fast. I know Mikko will be a really hard rival this year, so we'll see.
And this is the focus of the motorsport world for the next 3 days. Rally Sweden takes place in the Värmland region to the west of the capital Stockholm. Rally HQ is situated in the city of Karlstad, from where the crews will head to the 21 stages. And there's a new point-scoring system for this season, in line with the changes in F1, now 25 for the winner, with the top 10 finishers all scoring. 2010 marks the 60th anniversary of Rally Sweden. Amongst those celebrating, a special guest at Thursday's opening ceremony, His Royal Highness Prince Carl Philip.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sweden and Värmland.
This was followed by the opening super special stage in Karlstad. As well as the Prince, thousands of spectators braved sub-zero temperatures to watch the first test of the new season. But Petter Solberg's aggressive approach would prove costly. A spin after clipping a snowbank was a frustrating and embarrassing way to start the season. It cost the Norwegian 18 seconds. The highlight of the evening saw last year's championship rival Sebastian Loeb and Mikko Hirvonen take on the first of many one-on-one battles. First blood on this occasion went to Ford's #1, up by 0.2 of a second at this early stage. But the quickest overall was Dani Sordo, the Spaniard, an impressive 2 seconds quicker than anyone else over this opening stage. For day one, we head north for 3 fast sweeping stages, including the classic 21-kilometre Lickernäs test. Not run since 2007, these more northerly roads feature a thicker layer of snow than many of the stages this year and are repeated in the afternoon, followed by a second pass over the Karlstad Super Special. The stages total 126 kilometres, but with some long road sections, the crews will cover well over 700 today. The following morning, we're all set to get the real action underway. It's a somewhat chilly -22 out there. And first into the Lickerness stage is the reigning champion. The 2010 season is go, and after a pre-rally watering, the road surface is rock hard and icy. The 400 tungsten tip studs on Lopes Pirelli's biting hard into the ice. Rally driving in winter, as ever, a spectacular sight, and Sed is immediately on the attack. Second on the road is Mikko Hirvonen. Beaten by Citroen's #1 on the snow in Norway last year, Mikko will be determined to prevent the same happening in Sweden. Danny Sordo won Finland's Arctic Rally a couple of weeks ago, and the extra snow driving experience appears to have been a big benefit. And a chance now to check on the early leader's progress with Virtual Spectator. Danny's closing fast on the split time after 6.8 kilometres, and he's still ahead of Loeb and Hirvonen. A terrific effort so far from Citroen's #2, 8 tenths up on his teammate and almost 2 ahead of Hirvonen. 10 kilometres later, though, as we head into the last sector, Mikko's fought back. A terrific battle already in Sweden. The BP Ford Abu Dhabi driver's now 4 tenths faster than Loeb, with Sordo's pace fading, the Spaniard now trailing by 2.4. It's all too close to call early on. The drivers, remember, are receiving the same information inside the cars, so Loeb will be well aware he's slower as he pushes his C4 through the flying finish. Loeb's time to beat, 11 minutes 33.7 seconds. That's an average speed of just under 108 kilometres an hour.
So cold that the ice is very hard, and finally the grip is not so high, and the car is a bit nervous. It's not easy.
With Mikko unable to match Loeb, we've rejoined Sordo now, who's also made an impressive start in Sweden. He's 3.3 seconds off the pace set by his teammate and slips to second on the leaderboard, but has at least done enough to stay ahead of Hirvonen. Another Scandinavian perfectly at home on the ice and snow is Petter Solberg, who'll still be a frustrated man after throwing away 18 seconds in Karlstad last night. A spectacular view from above here, and the 2004 Rally Sweden winner certainly looks at ease through the sweeping roads of Lickerness. He moves up to 9th. Back to the start line, and the moment we've all been waiting for now, though, the World Rally Car debut of Kimi Räikkönen. Scrabbling for grip. And the pace notes are being read by Tommi Mäkänen's former co-driver Kai Lindström. It really will be fascinating to follow the progress of this pair as the year unfolds. Heading the stage, meanwhile, is Ford driver Khaled Al-Qasimi, who's never been at his most comfortable on ice and snow.
Into right 3 minus. And left 4 minus.
Whoa, and that is a frustrating start for the former Middle Eastern champion. The Abu Dhabi Tourism Authority back driver is stuck fast, and Räikkönen is not far behind. Al-Qasimi has rejoined the stage, but unfortunately for Kimi, he's right in front of the former Ferrari star. Räikkönen, of course, has plenty of experience of overtaking on a racetrack, but with the snow spraying at his windscreen, his visibility is far from ideal, and there is little space to make a move on this narrow road anyway. You can see from the air just how close Kimi is. But with Al-Qasimi just one corner ahead, the Finn simply cannot afford to push too hard as he drives through the trailing snowstorm. It's a really frustrating first forest stage for both drivers, and unsurprisingly, Kimi will be less than impressed at the finish line.
I think more than halfway he was in front of us, and you cannot see anything, so not a good start, but what can you do? I mean, there's no way to try to follow closely, so we just needed to slow down.
An eventful opening to the new season then, but there is a familiar sight up front with Loeb leading the way. Less familiar is the sight of Dani Sordo occupying second place on a snow rally, but Hirvonen is just 1.7 seconds back. Force number 2, Jari-Matti Latvala, is currently fourth. Loeb is looking strong in Sweden then. Join us again after the break when Hirvonen will hope to begin the fight back. Welcome back to the Värmland region of central Sweden, where the fight between the world's finest rally drivers has resumed. Sebastian Loeb currently leads, closely followed by Dani Sordo and Mikko Hirvonen. Back with rally leader Loeb, and the Frenchman has wasted little time in slipping into another devastatingly precise rhythm. We can join our Abu Dhabi eye in the sky now to get an impressive view from above Loeb's challenger Mikko Hirvonen. And Mikko looking neat and tidy as he snakes his way through the trees. But again in stage 3 he's slower, slipping another 2.8 seconds behind. Here's Ford's number 2 now. Jari-Matti Latvala will officially play a backup role to his compatriot this season, and he's currently running in 4th, 18 seconds behind the leader. Much is expected of the Citroën Junior team's young protégé Sébastien Ogier. The Frenchman shone in the second half of his debut season, and on his first attempt at Rally Sweden, he's already up to an impressive 5th. On to the final stage of the morning, with a hard-packed layer of snow, the conditions are very different. Hirvonen's made a small setup adjustment, and it appears to have been a good one. He is absolutely on the limit, and the fight back begins. Mikko beats Sebastian by 0.4 of a second, trimming the gap between them to 4.1. He also passes Sordo to claim second. Further back, Mikko's former teammate Marcus Gronholm is still struggling to rediscover his best form. The double world champion remains adrift in 6th at the moment, but will hope a tweak to the car at service will help him find the confidence to attack. Henning Solberg, though, is off the pace in the first run through Torntop. Handling problem, possibly related to his gearbox, could mean a busy service ahead for the Stobart mechanics. Another reshuffle on the leaderboard after stage 4, then Hirvonen swap places with Sordo. Osberg has passed both Solbergs, charging up from 9th to 7th. Loeb still leads though by 4.1 seconds. Next, it's back to a well-earned service stop at the Hagfors airfield, where we can hear from the early pace setter.
At the moment, everything is going well. I was very happy with the condition of the road in the morning, because I expected being first will not be good, and I expected to lose some time, and finally the conditions are really good. So no problem. We are leading at the moment, but only 4 seconds. So it's a big battle with Mikko and Dani, and everything is going well for the moment.
I don't know, I wasn't completely happy on the first 2 stages on my driving, and just didn't have a good feeling with the car, but it's better now, so hopefully I can carry on like this.
Why is it better? What have you changed?
Just dampers a bit and center diff. Tried the kind of older program that I used last year, and it felt a bit better on stages, so hopefully I can stay close or take some time out.
The 2 first stages today, number 2 and 3, was really perfect condition, full ice and everything, very good. But the last one was really difficult, and the snow was very soft, and we had some rise, and the car is understeer and oversteer all the time. It's changing. It was really difficult in this condition. Maybe for the second lap will be very difficult.
The Scandinavian fans are certainly enjoying themselves, and the crews are soon returning north to resume the action. But with 55 cars having passed through these stages on the first run, there could be some very rutted roads. First to attack them again is Sebastian Loeb, but with the grip levels very inconsistent, it's tough going on the second run through Lickernäs for the world champion. Kievenen's not far behind, but the Finn appears less concerned with the rough conditions. Sensing an opportunity to attack, he grasps it with both hands. Ford's number 1 is an impressive 10.8 seconds quicker than Seb and storms into the lead. Bumping and sliding his way through next comes Danny Sordo. He's quicker than Seb too, and Danny also moves past, relegating Loeb from first to third. Jari-Matti Latvala has begun to slip further adrift of the leading trio and will not want to fall too far behind. Oh, but an overshoot there is just what he doesn't need. Further down the leaderboard, Petter Solberg has not made the start he was hoping for. He's running down in 9th at the moment. And that is another mistake from the former world champion. It's a classic winter rally error, and it's left him firmly beached in the snow. It's not long before Matthew Wilson has passed the stranded Solberg.
80. Slow right entry, 15, turn hairpin left. I'm open hairpin right.
Very bumpy through here. Oh, and he slipped up at exactly the same place that caught out Latvala. Oh, and that was a very big hit from behind. What on earth happened there? Well, rejoining Heli Telly here, we can see exactly what happened. Petter had rejoined the stage and clipped the back of Wilson's Ford Focus. It's really becoming a rally to forget for Solberg. Dramatic scenes out there in stage 5. The testing conditions in this second run through Lickernäs are causing all sorts of problems. Mads Osberg's fine run to 7th comes to an abrupt end at the same corner that caught out his compatriot Solberg. Meanwhile, at the end of the stage, we can catch up with a very frustrated and angry Matt Wilson.
Coming together, whoops. Oh, he's not happy at all. Matthew, you're not very happy about something. There's damage to the back of the car. What's going on?
He hit us. He went off at 12 Ks. Got back on, we followed him. We were in his snow dust for ages. And then he overshot a junction. We got past. We stalled in the braking. Just starting it up again. Next thing, a clout up the and yeah, it's damaged the suspension.
You okay? You're okay, yeah? He's all right.
We had understeer, went off the road and he lost a lot of time, and then he went off in straight in front of us. I don't have any studs and I hit him. That's why the damage is on the back, you know, but yeah, I'm trying too hard. I just have to drive.
Solberg frustrated, but there has been good news for the leading Ford driver. Hirvonen leads the rally for the first time, with Sordo now second and Loeb slipping to third. Latvala, Ogier and Marcus Grönholm continue to round off the top 6. There's still plenty of fun and games ahead though, including a rather icy adventure for Kimi Räikkönen, who's found himself in a bit of a tight spot. Welcome back to Rally Sweden, where it's all very tight at the top and it's been no less competitive in the all-new competition for Super 2000 cars. The SWRC follows after the WRC with 2-litre naturally aspirated engines, and it was Sweden's PG Andersson who revelled in the more rutted conditions, driving the Skoda Fabia. He won all of the day's stages. Next in line was Finland's Janne Chuahino, who put in an impressive performance, bringing his Super 2000 Ford Fiesta to the end of the day in second place, just over a minute behind the leader. Last year's Junior World Rally champion Martin Prokop was revving to the red line during the opening stages and eventually found his rhythm as the day progressed. The Czech driver goes into day 2 just 24 seconds behind Chuahino. Local man Patrick Sandell struggled to find his rhythm in his Skoda Fabia, and the Swede continued to lose time over the course of the day, unusually dropping nearly 3 minutes to the leader going into day 2. Norway's Evan Brynildsen started the day well, but slid into a snowbank in stage 3, dropping over 2 minutes and down to last place. But a good drive over the afternoon stages saw the 22-year-old recover to 6th by the end of the day. Portugal's Bernardo Sousa was also struggling to stay on the pace, clearly not at home on the Swedish snow. The Fiesta driver ended the day down in 5th.
Esquerda rápida, salta, a travar, lomba, direita 2 puta.
But at the front, PG Anderson has dominated the event and goes into day 2 over a minute clear of the rest of the field. Back to the WRC action now, and after the incident-filled stage 5, there will be some frayed nerves out there over the final competitive action this afternoon. Loeb seemed to be affected more than most by the rough conditions earlier, and they are a little better through stages 6 and 7. Mikko Hirvonen ahead by almost 7 seconds. He manages to respond immediately by claiming 1.6 back in the second run through the Viggen stage. Hirvonen, though, despite some concern with the state of his studded tyres, has looked much more confident this afternoon. Danny Sordo felt down on power through the Viggen test, but it turned out to be snow blocking his air intake at the front of the car. That scare aside, it's been a solid run from the Spaniard. He slipped behind his teammate, but remains in 3rd for now. It's been a frustrating first day, though, for Marcus Gronholm, who lies 6th going into stage 6.
110. Nyppy täys.
But a mysterious electrical problem 2.3 kilometres in looked to have prevented any hopes of a podium finish. He does eventually get back up to speed, but not before he's lost more than 12 minutes. Gronholm's woes should have provided a promotion into the point-scoring places for former F1 champion Kimi Räikkönen, but as you can see from above, Räikkönen has become the latest driver to fall prey to the treacherous snowbanks, and that C4 is going nowhere. It's exactly what happened to him at his homeland's Arctic Rally a week ago, and digging his car out of a snowbank is not exactly something he'll be used to from his time in Formula 1. Welcome to Rally Kimi. He does eventually get moving, but not before he's lost 26 minutes. It's been a very frustrating opening day for the WRC debutant.
Went a little bit too fast and just hit it, and we basically were on the road but just couldn't turn in the right direction. So it took a little while to get all the snow out of under the car, and then we could just drive away from there.
Henning Solberg has also had a lively day alongside new co-driver Ilke Minor. Although they were very lucky to escape an off of their own in stage 7, they should finish the day in 6th. Continuing his impressive rhythm, meanwhile, Hirvonen is again the fastest man in the day's final forest stage, beating Loeb by 3.3 seconds. His lead over the Citroën man is up to 8.5 by the end of stage 7. So no sign of Räikkönen in the top 10, but flying the flag for Finland is Mikko Hirvonen. He leads Loeb by 6.2 seconds after the final super special, while Sordo's still 3rd over 21 seconds ahead of Latvala.
Mikko, a much better afternoon this afternoon. What do you put that down to?
I don't know, it just worked out fine, and I was happy that I found a good setup on the 3rd stage in the morning, and then I just carried on like that, but conditions were very difficult. It was really very deep ruts on the ice in the 1st stage and lots of loose snow on the side, so it was very difficult.
I don't like driving in Sweden when it's a big ruts. I don't find a feeling, and maybe I clean a bit, I don't know, but I'm not as fast as Mikko, so I lost a lot in the 1st stage. Then the 2 other stages were a bit better. It was not big ruts, just a bit of gravel. Then in this condition it's okay, so no special problem, just one bad stage for me.
Some big stages tomorrow. Do you think you're in a good road position for that?
Yeah, I had no bad position, no. Maybe better than Sebastian, but it's okay. We will see, because maybe tomorrow we will have more more gravel in the surface, and this is not really good for the tires. But anyway, we will see what's happened.
We will indeed. It's been an action-packed opening day to the new season, and you can follow the action from day 2 as it happens on WRC.com. For now, though, from Sweden, it's goodbye.